Well, actually, yeah, I had meant to ask, how much do you know about Three Houses?
I mean, Three Houses is one of the Fire Emblem games in the mainline that I'm most familiar with. I owned and played Three Hopes.
Okay.
Yes, so you have some understanding thanks to playing the spin-off.
I was going to ask, have you played Three Houses? But that's a no then, by extension.
No mainline game here.
No.
As long as I've never played a mainline Fire Emblem game, the answer will always be no.
Before I get into anything else, I would like to show you guys something. My little brother, he's a really big Felix fan, and he's actually been saving for him for when he was added to the game. And, well, here's the result. Already plus 10, day 1.
Plus 10.
He's already plus 10 then. He did get some nice skills on him.
Yeah.
Although I still prefer Speed Smoke 4.
I think he basically just saved all his orbs, all his skills for the day Felix released, and this is the culmination. So I can only say congratulations.
That is pretty impressive, yes.
Hoi there, everyone. This is FatesFanboy speaking, and welcome back to another summoning session. Today, on the New Heroes and Rearmed Ingrid banner. Another Three Houses banner, with some Three Hopes mixed in. Seemingly focused on the Blue Lions, but curiously, Rhea has also made an appearance, for God knows what reason.
She kind of fits into the Blue Lions theme because of her always allying with Dimitri. But other than that
is true.
It's a little random. I guess they want to save Caspar and Leone and all the characters no one cares about.
Oh, fuck off.
Wow, damn, they don't care about Dorothy.
You're literally only saying that because those are my favorite characters. At the very least, Felix and Sylvain have finally been freed from old hell, even though one of them was done very dirty, in my opinion.
This time, no one would disagree with you for complaining about someone being done dirty.
No, I mean, I guess I really, again, cannot complain, because Sylvain is probably one of my favorite characters from Three Houses. I think he was, like, the first character actually recruited into a different house. And I've overall just enjoyed Sylvain as a unit in Three Houses, and I'm sure I will as well in Heroes, if I build him up eventually, because, man, his base kit sucks. Holy shit.
It is unfortunate.
Look at this. Spur Attack Defense 2 in 2023.
That is the problem.
My guys, what are we doing? Felix, was to be expected, is probably the most premium unit on this banner. Well, aside from Ingrid, of course, who's the rearmed hero.
Yes,
but
right.
As far as fodder is concerned, Felix is definitely the character to go to here. And Felix is also one of my favorites. I place him below Sylvain, but yeah, he's still cool, so I'm going to try to go for him. If need be, I'll maybe spark for him, I guess we'll see. But actually, if I can, I'd like to reserve my spark for Ingrid, because I would very much like Arcane Lewin and Guard Bearing, so I can put them on Vanessa.
oh, and Vanessa. Oh, okay, that's actually a good use.
It's actually not too bad of a use, right? For once.
Yeah, for once, it actually kind of makes sense.
But having said that, actually, I think all of these units, well, obviously save Sylvain, have very good fodder value. Even Rhea, who I think might be quite useful for her A skill, actually.
The scowl skills are going to be very good.
It was very tough to deal with in the story, actually.
Yes.
In combination with her breath, obviously, but this skill definitely played its part. I actually ended up just quadrupling with Fódlan Dimitri. My first two hits were just kind of halved in damage, and then I just heard tink tink twice, so that was quite threatening, actually. But yeah, I think the plan for today should not be too complicated. I'm going to go for the spark, as I've alluded to before. Eventually, I'd like to plus 10 Sylvain, but that's not going to happen in this video because,
You're exercising some level of prudence this time.
I'd actually like to be a little prudent, because, you know, the banners, as of late, have been pretty solid, I want to say, at least for me. You never know what's around the corner, so let's see. I think I'm going to go for all colors until I reach the spark, because there is some merit in getting all of these units. Sylvain for merges, the rest for fodder, most prominently.
Is there, like, any dragon that you built, though?
I've built Moosebell, and Flame Moosebell, I guess.
Okay, any others?
Let me double check.
Okay,
that's a negative, Chief.
So it depends on, do you want Scowl for Moosebell or not?
I mean, it would be nice, I suppose. But actually, my main reason for going for colorless is some merges for Attier, I think.
I see.
And you know, if I get Rhea along the way, that's just a nice bonus.
Are any dragons that you don't have? Do you like any of those?
Off the top of my head, not really, because typically the dragons don't tend to be the most interesting characters. But I will entertain that thought a bit further while going into the session. So going to open all the colors for the time being, see how it goes. But any dragons that I would like, I don't really know off the top of my head, no.
We would have to play FE6 for you to know enough about Jean to know whether you like him or not.
Who? Jean?
Did you want me to give a quick summary of his story?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Basically, after, like, basically all of the dragons were forced out of Elib. John was really the only one who stayed behind because, I mean, someone had to look after Idun while she was eternally asleep. Yeah, so he's the last of the true fire dragons, and in fact, at the end of Blazing Sword, you get a neat little cutscene where you see him speaking with an adult Zephiel over, like, why the fuck did you wake up, Idun?
Oh, that's... I don't think I like him, probably. Because again, the dragons are not usually the most interesting types.
Yeah, and
Who
John
said
is
that you liked all the interesting characters?
Fair.
aesthetic Sandy, caught red-handed.
No, but I think the scowl will still come in handy if I do end up getting it. Oh, hey, look at that.
Wow, isn't
Hey, guess you won't have to burn the spark on Ingrid, unless you want to do some sort of insane inheritance chain on her.
Yeah, I'm probably not going to pull any maneuvers on that front, but neutral.
And she's neutral.
That's quite good, actually. Okay, nice. That's the fodder for Vanessa secured, I suppose. Yeah, Arcane Lewin is going to be very handy, dealing 20% of the unit speed as raw damage.
Any fast Lancer can use it, which, when you think about it, not a whole lot of Lance units are fast unless they're
Pegasus flies,
really
basically.
old.
What about guard bearing? Right, flick speed, defense -4.
30% damage reduction normally, but if it's your first combat in enemy phase, you
It's
get
60% instead. Right, that's what attracted me, yeah. So it's basically always damage reduction. Well, I might not like Ingrid as a character very much, but I am happy for the fodder she's brought along. And I will give her voice lines a quick listen.
Have you read any chivalric tales? I can lend you some if you're interested. Upon my lance, I swear I will protect you.
Okay, that's basically typical Ingrid, really.
Perhaps I'll go for a stroll through the woods.
Sure. Pop off, I guess. Thinking, I don't know if pulling for blue is really worth it by this point. Because I have what I needed from blue, really. I would like to
That
get
is
some more
true.
copies of Vanessa, but is it worth, you know, possibly giving up the chance at someone else?
I don't think you'd have another use for Arcane Lewin, would you?
Not really, I think,
Like a
because
second
there's some other Lance units I have I'd rather give Arcane Chung to, I think, which I don't have at the moment.
Any Lance unit who's not fast does not like this weapon.
Heath. Touching on the subject of characterization in Heroes, right? I think they did Ingrid pretty faithfully. I never used her too much, so I can't really judge. But one thing I did find quite, I suppose, jarring is how they wrote Sylvain in the Forging Bonds. I feel like they made him a lot more snarky than he really is in Three Houses.
I've seen a lot of,
Nice.
well, not a lot, but I think they were trying to replicate some of his sort of insecurities that he reveals in only a couple supports in Three Houses.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Fey Redders were like, hey, we want to like,
Want to hammer down on this aspect of his
yeah, they want
personality.
to hammer down. Well, I think they were afraid of disappointing Sylvain fans by just putting him in like making him sane, like just by putting him there and being like, hey, he likes women. Hey guys, he likes women. For
Yeah.
like 4 straight scenes.
Like, I appreciate that they, you know, they kind of weaved into the aspect of his insecurities, like his kind of grudge towards women for only liking him for his crust, or at least his perception of that happening. But I don't know, I feel like they overdid it a bit. Like, he makes so many snarky comments towards Sane, it doesn't really feel like the playful Sylvain I know from Three Houses.
I don't know if you've seen his support with Lawrence, but that's
I
pretty
have.
much the same.
Yes, that's one of my favorites,
Yeah,
actually.
Sylvain really does not like Lawrence either.
Yeah.
I think Sylvain tends to get irritated when people are sort of within his niche of like, hey, I'm the guy who's doing the flirting around here, even though I don't
Yeah.
really care about these women.
No, I suppose you do have a point there, but even with Lorenz, I feel Sylvain is at least initially more playful. I feel like he was just kind of talking Sane into the ground, like just kind of criticizing him at every turn.
Yeah, that is true. He was being pretty rude.
I like the part where he called Sane middle-aged. That was funny.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, I thought that was hilarious.
Oh, hello.
Flashing blade for and no follow. But
Huh.
actually now she's just more her own unit.
That is interesting. Plus res. Okay.
Oh, well, maybe she is just flashing blade 4 and no follow up.
Well, as it happens, I do have her merged up, I think, +1
Oh.
or +2. Years had another injection of life. Just seeing Marita.
I'm
You're
trying to
gathering, you
suppress
like
it.
that?
But that's a pretty nice pool, actually. That's another merch. I'm happy with that.
Do you want a Rhea?
Uh,
You want to go for Rhea?
it's not per se pressing, so I think I'll just open one and dip. See, this is a Banter circle, right? No blues, and there's only 2 grays, so I can just open them in passing without dedicating to it too much. Maybe get an ATA? Okay.
Very nice.
The only question is, who's worse in this game, Felicia or Jacob?
I feel like it's probably Jacob, right? Felicia at least has a niche.
It's basically like, do you want someone who is like all mediocre stats, or do you want someone who has terrible attack,
Yeah.
but still competent speed and res?
And I mean, she
Even
does
for-
have kind of a weapon that checks mages, or at least, you know, gives her an advantage against mages.
These days, like having no stats, not even having breath, just having blade is...
It's definitely mediocre. It's too mediocre to really be usable nowadays.
Indeed.
There he is. Sylvain, my man.
He's a consummate flirt.
Consummate flirt. Minus speed.
As I learned. Oh, nice.
Oh.
Even better. And the funny thing is, his base speed is so high here. Look, even with minus speed, he has 10 speed and 6 defense. And yet...
He just has 35 speed at the end of it all.
And 37 defense, yeah.
He has really solid art. I don't think I can complain, really.
It's the same as a summer artist.
Yeah, I've always liked Argon. Like, he does kind of these goofy poses. For the less serious units, obviously. But he also tackles just regular Sylvain very well, I feel. Joe Brogy, back into action. Let's hear what he did for this Sylvain.
Hey, no need to push me around. I get enough of that from Ingrid. Felix is like a little brother to me. That's why I can't take him seriously.
Now, I hate that. Why did they do that?
Well,
this
they
is
have-
never once mentioned in Three Houses, is it?
Oh, no, it is. No, it is Felix.
Is it?
Yeah.
I've read that support like at least 3 times. I've never... Surely he doesn't mention him
Sure,
being a little brother.
Let me check. You were so meek and pure back then. Cute even. Like a baby brother.
Okay, well that's very far-fetched.
If I'm ever coming on too strong, just say the word. One thing I definitely don't miss about Fargus is the food. Seriously, we're way behind this place.
Confirmed. Asker has great culinary skills. One Sylvain, finally. And it's an atrocious IV. You'd love to see that.
It's honestly kind of sad that some of Sylvain's very interesting development is locked to 3 hopes. I'm looking at the Felix support. It's like he's the one chewing out Felix. He's like, Felix, what the fuck are you doing? You're fighting people? Like, you're gonna make Dimitri and everyone look bad.
Mhm.
And Felix is like, I liked it better when... This is rich coming from you. I liked it better when you used to take the heat. And Sylvain is the one saying, like, what are you doing?
Oh,
man?
right. Yeah, it's interesting when the tables are turned like that. I also find it kind of weird. Well, not weird, but I don't think I've ever seen mention of it in Three Houses. Like when Felix says in the Forging Bonds, now I can finally be rid of you, Sylvain. What a dream. I mean, I know he's Tsundere and all, but doesn't sit right.
I think it would have
Because
been...
I thought Felix did like Sylvain, just somewhere deep down, you know?
I was trying to think about how I felt about that too, about Felix being characterized that way. Although I could kind of see it though, like especially pre-time skip Felix, just being like, "Oh, I just want to be rid of you."
I can see it as well. Like it fits with his character, but at the same time, I feel like they pushed his gimmick so far that it's just kind of out of character.
I feel like Felix pushes that gimmick like all the time in Three Houses.
Well, yeah, but not around Sylvain. Like he has more tact than that. I've read all the supports. I should know. Fallen Celica, hello.
Whoa.
Fallen
Is
Swordswomen.
this secretly a Fallen banner?
I think we're a month too early for that.
Sword ladies.
But yeah, but this is a fine IV actually.
Fallen bleep.
What?
I was making a joke about engaged spoilers.
Oh,
I realized
oh
that
right.
Oh.
No spoilers here.
With the Felvino log out, a lot of people are just thinking Fel Engage banner? Just fucking yes in terms of who could be on it?
Yeah, technically, I suppose.
Yes. I don't think they'll do that for this first Fallen banner.
No, I highly doubt that as well. I think they'll have at least
I think-
1 or 2 characters from Engage there, because it only makes sense.
Yes, but I don't think they'll be Felxenolog.
No. Hello? Another Celica?
Another Celica.
Wow, Celica just loves each other.
Oh my fucking god.
Fates, why don't you feel Milla's love welling up inside of you?
Well, I feel something welling up inside me, but it's not love.
Oh no.
Plus
So rude.
speed. Okay, well, Wow, Death Blow 4, guys. Haha. So, I did kind of get what I wanted.
You sorta did.
Sorta.
Yeah.
And then I got a Fallen Marita, a Fallen Celica, and a Brave Celica. But there we go, locking in Felix. I'd hope to get him, you know, in the normal rounds, but I suppose it wasn't meant to be. Not today.
I wonder what his IVs are gonna be.
Huh. One thing I found a bit weird about Felix, his art looks kind of small in comparison to all the rest of the art.
Yes, Clover K sometimes does that, I feel like.
In his Forging Bonds, like, you just have Felix, like, you know, he's there. he looks okay. And then Guy pops in, and he's just like twice as wide for some reason.
Wide.
The art is still good. I was a bit hesitant when I found out that it was Clover K, but actually, it's definitely an improvement over his winter alt. Let's quickly listen to the guy before we move on.
Wherever I go, I am met by the specter of war.
Yo, that's his quote from the story.
Stop that. If you want to fight me, say so. Give me the name of your best blacksmith. I can't entrust my weapon to some flailing incompetent.
Okay, yeah, I love the edge on this guy. It's great, it's always great. Never fails to entertain.
Yeah.
You know, Heroes writers being very original again, naming his weapon Lone Wolf, and then giving him the epithet Lone Wolf Blade.
They could have just given him the Sword of Meralta. I know it's not... It technically, sure, you can't get it
4 times skip.
pre-time skip. But then again, Annette can't get Crusher pre-time skip either. So.
True. But that's a complaint I've seen a lot, actually. And another complaint, which I actually kind of share, is that they didn't give him the Aegis Shield, which he actually does get before time skip.
Yes, that is true. They sort of replicated it by having
Godlike
reflexes,
yeah, I
and
guess.
having it very easy to activate, but that's about it.
It's just, I would have liked to see just a kind of a personal special, you know? It's not too much to ask for, because Larcey and Shannon also got them.
They sometimes make arbitrary decisions like that,
They truly do.
especially like making Sylvain an axe unit.
I'm still holding out hope that Lands of Ruin Sylvain is going to be a thing one day. Because I'd really hoped that the Lands of Ruin would be added with Sylvain. Going to snipe for Sylvains. I think I'm going to grab one more copy, and then I'll call it quits. I think that's probably the smartest option here. Not that I'm usually one for smart decisions, but I suppose as we near the end of this session, I can retroactively ask you guys what you thought of the character selection on this banner, actually. I'd meant to do it earlier, but it slipped my mind.
The character selection was
That says it all, I think.
like, okay. I don't know. It felt too just Blue Lion centric. They could have given it a little bit of variety.
Yeah. Well, do you think that's a trend they're going to keep up? Because, like, with the Sacred Stones banner, they kind of had the Kingdom of
Frelia.
Frelia, that's right. Yeah, and now they're kind of focusing on Fargus, I suppose, or the Blue Lion's house. You think that's a trend they're going to keep up? Where they just have this kind of themed banners?
Probably something they'll
And-
keep up. They're at least going to repeat it when it comes time for the Black Eagles.
Yeah. Or the Golden Deer, I suppose. If they remember those at all. There's still plenty of Academy forms we still need, looking at it.
Like Caspar.
Caspar, yes, I would like for him to be added, but that's probably going to be another 3 years in the making, if I had to estimate a guess.
You may just be right.
Wow, 5%. Oh, you love that. Can there please be a single Sylvain? I'm not asking for much. I'm asking for a 4 to 5 star. Oh man, this is just one of those days, isn't it?
Oh man, this is even worse than Fallen Dimitri.
Ah, nothing's quite worse than Fallon Dimitri. At the very least, if I do get another Sylvain, if I can be extra happy. Come on, please just do it here. There we go. Excellent.
There we are. Whoa, and you saved 20,000.
Finally.
Finally. Now let's hope the IVs are decent. Otherwise I'll have to pull out the trade fruits. Let's see. Let's see if I can fish for the 5-star exclusive quotes, actually.
I'm Sylvain Jose Gautier. Feel free to say hi whenever you like.
Oh, that's his line from the monastery when you first meet him.
Sylvain Jose Gautier. That's such a nice ring to it, honestly.
It does.
I guess I joke around a lot because it's safe. If you really get to know me, you might not like what you see.
Oh shit, there's the e-boy attitude shining through. Just a glimpse into my dark, twisted reality.
A crest isn't a privilege. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise.
Thank you, Sylvain. I'll keep those words to heart as I finish the circle.
It feels fitting that those two quotes were the 5-star ones.
Actually, yes. Yes. Because it kind of does hide his true quote-unquote personality.
The 5-star quote seems to almost always be the quotes that are most sort of revealing about a character, or at the
Yeah.
very least, the most like open that they are with you.
Which is how it should be, really.
It makes sense. Like, for example, Zephiel, I think one of his 5-star ones is like mentioning how you remind him of himself.
Yeah.
When he was young.
A fallen Morgan? What? This is a fallen banner.
Yo, best, 1, 2, 3, best. Hello?
Wait, is Laura here? There's no way. Plus attack. Okay, well, I have always wanted a copy of him purely for attack of
His
Raspberry.
father kind of sucks.
What the
now.
fuck? Oh, is that the Discord
It's the new
soundboard?
Discord soundboard.
So that's that. That's nice. That's a nice last-minute grab, I suppose. Wow, that was an atrocity to stay within the trend of Blue Lions content.
It was an atrocity, even without Dimitri on the banner.
Yes. Before I close off, I want to do something I haven't done in a while. I want to listen to some special quotes, actually.
Oh, because, well, you'll never hear Felix's, so yeah.
I guess not if you run a standard kit. You won't ever hear them.
Worthless. An opening. Too slow. Is that all?
Okay, well, that's a one-to-one from Three Houses, isn't it?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if he says worthless in Three Houses.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that one either, but the rest he definitely does say.
I'm on it.
And Sylvain. I know they added his best one, so that's heartening.
Take this! Don't underestimate me. Open wide. Gonna need you to move.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, they picked his best ones.
And toned them down, as usual.
Toned them down, unfortunately. Well, luckily, they Gonna Need You to Move still has a bit of power behind it. I do appreciate that.
Yes.
I think this was a pretty disappointing haul overall, but I got what I needed
What can you do?
in Ingrid, and I think actually my last copy of Guy, so that's nice. Can write him off the list of merge projects. And I got 2 Sylvains to work with for the time being. That's it for today. Very nice.